Good afternoon, everybody. I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So, we're here with a show we do every Monday called Look Back at a Classic Rock Album. So, these are basically albums that are greater than 15 years that I like a lot, usually twos, ones, and masterpieces. I was surprised actually that I hadn't done this one, but then I became aware of why I didn't do it. Abbey Road, the Beatles, because I lost the cover somehow. I'm not sure where it went. It may actually be behind this thing, but I'm not sure. So I wore my Abbey Road shirt so that you can all see that, just to make up for the loss of that. So this is the one of the Beatles albums. Well, most of the Beatles albums I love. This one, no exception. This was probably my first ever Beatles album. I actually had this on vinyl. I think I had this on vinyl at one point. It was either that or it was cassette. I can't remember which one. But I got this not too long ago, and then I was looking at the booklet, and God knows what I did with it. I'm pretty sure that's what happened to it. It might have got destroyed too. Not 100% sure about that. So anyways, this was the second last album by the Beatles, so their 11th studio album. Lots of good stuff on this. This is a fantastic album. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this was released on September the 26th, 1969 on the EMI. Well, it was recorded at EMI, Olympic, and Trident Studios in London. Also, it's about 47 minutes long, which is pretty long for that period of time. On the Apple label, of course, and George Martin producing. So, of course, appearing on the album, Paul McCartney, bass, vocals, harmony vocals. I think he does play a little bit of guitar here. He may even play some drums on this album as well. John Lennon, of course, the other main vocalist, also playing rhythm guitar. I think he plays some piano, and I actually think he plays some drums on this as well. Then you have George Harrison doing also lead vocals here, lead guitars, other guitars. I believe he also he may play either piano or organ, I can't remember which one, and doing backing vocals and harmony vocals as they all do. And then you have Ringo Starr on the drums, also doing vocals and also doing some backing vocals as well. So in addition to that, George Martin also plays some organ here. I think he also plays a little bit of percussion. There's one other thing he plays. Is it a harpsichord? Yeah, he plays a harpsichord on here as well. And you've got Billy Preston on Hammond organ. And he does plays the Hammond organ on Something and I Want You. So those are the main people that are on it. Now we're going to talk about the songs on this album. So the first Come Together, of course, everybody knows this. It's a big, massive hit for them. Also, Aerosmith covered it. That was a big, massive hit for them as well. So that's the opening track, solid track. Kind of a little bit on the heavy side. It's got a lot of that kind of shuffling going on. Well, not necessarily shuffling, but I don't even know what you would call that, kind of doo-wop-y type thing. Not that there's any doo-wop in it, but I don't know what the name for it would be. And then you have Something, another good track. Maxwell's Silver Hammer was one of my favorite tracks by the Beatles for the longest time. Kind of a quirky song, kind of a bit of a story. Most people know the track, though. Really catchy, fantastic tune. Then you got Oh, Darling. And I believe that's John Lennon. If I'm mistaken, somebody will correct me. Then you got Octopus's Garden. This is the Ringo Starr song on the album. I don't believe he wrote it, but he actually sings this. Another really good song, kind of like Yellow Submarine. Very quirky, but great tune. I Want You, She's So Heavy. This is a little bit of a heavy song. It's got some heavy parts to it. A little bit of a bluesy and a little bit of a storytelling track to it as well. Here Comes the Sun, which I think is probably my favorite song on the album. Basically over time it has become that. And this is George Harrison singing. It's a great tune. Still a song that I can sing all the time. Fantastic. A guitar bit in there as well as George's voice is fantastic here. Because and You Never Give Me Your Money. These are both okay deep cut tracks for this album as well. Then you got where you're getting up to, how many tracks is that at this point? 9. So I think there's like 17 on this album. Sun King, another great tune. Mean Mr. Mustard, kind of another quirky tune, but good one as well. Polythene Palm. Polythene Palm. This is a bit of a deeper cut as well. She Came In Through the Bathroom Window. It's kind of a quirky tune. Goldfish Slumbers. Carry That Weight, The End, and Her Majesty. All these extra songs at the back here are really strong. I don't know if these originated on the original album, but I believe they were. So lots of heavy stuff here, lots of interesting stuff. This album's a little bit different than some of the other Beatle albums, mostly because you had your earlier kind of pop phase where they were like the boys band type thing, and then you had your psychedelic era, which also had some progressive stuff in there. This album has a little bit of all of that, but it also has its own kind of heaviness to it, a little bit of quirky stuff. So it's a little bit of a mismatch of everything, but I think it's one of their better albums. It's definitely one of their stronger albums. The production on here is good for that time period. So an excellent album, Abbey Road. What else can I say about this album other than I enjoy listening to it. I like the quirkier stuff a little bit better than the mainstream stuff, I guess. And there's a lot of that here. So excellent album. If you've enjoyed this, please hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell. And don't forget to make any comments about the album. And I again apologize for the cover missing. Probably will buy it again and make sure I get another cover. Not really sure where that other cover went. I think it might be hidden in the back part of the CD. I'm going to look after. Won't look at it right now. And so there you have it. The Beatles' Abbey Road. Hope to see you next week when we do another look back at yet another classic rock album. Take care and have yourself a good evening.